X-Wing.
One X-Wing? Great. We're saved.
What's going on, guys? Sorry, that was kind of a test run there. I wanted to have an intro. How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on? We already got a bunch of people in here. How are ya? Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out here that raised a whole buttload of beautiful little Star Wars nerds. How are we feeling tonight? What's going on, chat? Man, we got, oh yeah, there's some people in here. How you guys doing? We're here to talk Star Wars tonight. This is the first inaugural Hangar Bay of many, many, many to come. So I'm super excited because, you know, this is going to be happening every Wednesday, every Sunday. We're going to be taking a little break from reality and just retreating back into Star Wars and talking to each other about how we feel about the whole thing. And it's been a tumultuous history here in the past couple years with Star Wars, but I think a lot of us are really feeling like we're kind of taking a turn. I think there's some hope in the Star Wars fandom. So I'm glad you guys are here with me. I hope you guys have been watching the stuff. You know, we've been growing a lot as a channel in a very, very short amount of time. And I feel like there's a lot of people that are excited to be a part of this community. And I want you guys to be a part of this community too. So without further ado, I think we should start off with bringing some people in. If anybody wants to pop in and just talk, hop in here. Braden's going to be coming in and out of the live tonight, so he'll be kind of the mod within a mod here. So Braden, if you want to pop in, go ahead and just add yourself in, and then we'll start looking at the chat and see if there's anybody that wants to come into the stream, because you are more than welcome here in X-Wing's Hangar Bay. Aiden, if you're interested, just go ahead and let Braden know, and then he will send you a link in whatever social media forum is most comfortable for you. Just a disclaimer here at the Hangar Bay: if you hop in and you do something nasty, you're booted. You're gone for good. So watch your language and be respectful to everybody in the Star Wars community. We're here to make friends. We're not here to make enemies. So discourse is encouraged. I think if you feel a certain way about something, you should absolutely speak your mind on it. But we're not here to be putting anybody down personally. So you don't need a chain code, no. It's a good question, though. I have mine already tattooed on my arm, so that's chain code for blacksmith. Oh, yeah, which I should probably bring up in the live here. Braden just reminded me. There is a whole bunch of stuff that just showed up for the channel, so I hope somebody goes and takes a look at it. We've got a merch store already going on. There's some fun X-Wing stuff there. There's some sweatpants and shirts and tumblers and things like that. It's just an awesome way to support the channel. If you guys are interested, that would be really cool. It'd just be cool to see. And I would love to see you guys on the live stream wearing one of X-Wing shirts. I ordered some myself. I don't get the stuff for free, so I bought some. Will, attaboy. Cook some dinner for mom. I hope we get to see you later, buddy. Darth Wevin, awesome, buddy. I really, I hope you come on sometime and show me that. I really hope I get to see that. Trent, what's going on, man? Hey, I really appreciate that, man. Yeah, I had a lot of fun on that first stream. It was really cringy, and it was kind of crazy because I didn't know what was going on, but turns out I was actually getting scammed by my internet company, and I I should have been getting much faster internet than I was actually getting. Once again, Aiden, yeah, if you want to pop in, just go ahead and let Braden know in the comments, and then he's going to send you a link to hop in, and we'll get you in here. Roger, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? T-Money! T-Money's back. T-Money was on us. He was on with us last week. He's one of the OG fans for Catherine LaSalle, whom I have just commissioned to make me an art piece. So I'm pretty excited about that. Really looking forward to making a video on that because I know she's not going to disappoint. What's up, Webbin? Yeah, Darth Webbin. First T-shirt. Oh my God. Is that the first? That's the first one because I checked the store before I went live and nobody bought anything. And I really tried. Like I posted it on Facebook. I was sure somebody was going to do something, but nobody did. It's better than great, T-Money. That art is legendary. It's absolutely beautiful. So, God, let's talk. All right, guys in the chat, let's talk about a little bit of Star Wars. So episode 2 of The Bad Batch just came out. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about that episode. Personally, I was hoping because we got some fairly adult themes in the first one. I was kind of hoping we were going to continue that through. And I really felt like the second episode, we started to see a little bit more of the kiddie side of the show. So I can take that. I can dig it, but I hope they keep up the adult themes. I know they really had to kind of show the bond between Hunter and Omega, but I really hope that they kind of expand on the adult themes from here. So we're going to bring somebody in here. This is Nathan. Nathan's a dude who's been actually a friend of mine now for, it's only been a month, man. we've been trying. So everybody, Nathan's going to pop in, say what's up.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing, brother? How's it going tonight?
Doing okay. Just studying for finals all day, but I needed a break, so this will be good.
Yeah, you're studying for finals, huh?
Yep. This is my last week.
Do you escape from finals using Star Wars?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, man. I feel like it's a good way to do it. What did you think about that second episode of Bad Batch?
All right. I liked it okay. I mean, I think the first episode is more like the last 4 episodes of season 7 of Clone Wars.
Right.
Whereas this episode was like, just kind of like a regular feel of Clone Wars, if you know what I mean.
I do. Yeah. Almost not the filler because they're building on everything, but it wasn't anything revolutionary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand that, dude. I get that 100%. And I do agree. What do you want to see in episode 3?
Oh boy, episode 3. I hope we see Rex again because they brought him up a little bit in episode 2.
He had just passed through. Yeah. To Cut. Was that his name? Cuts?
Yeah.
Cut's Hut.
Yep.
That was cool. So what do you think they're, if you had to hypothesize, if you had to make a theory, what do you think they're going to do on that planet? What are they doing with Rex? Why would they be at a crash Venator site?
I'm guessing just to get the scoop on what the heck is going on. Like see if Rex has any more info on anything.
This has got to be, so if we had Rex during Order 66 and now he's with the Bad Batch, it couldn't be the same Venator site that he crashed with Ahsoka, right? Because that was a snow planet, and Cut's place is kind of like a Garden Eden, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do I phrase this question? You said, how do I, how do you think the Bad Batch is going to find their place in this universe moving forward?
Oh boy. Well,
are they going to be mercenaries or bounty hunters, or are they just going to stop doing all this stuff completely? What do you think?
I thought yesterday it's kind of like, I feel like their last mission would be to protect Omega or something.
Right.
Kind of like how Mando was with Grogu.
Right. So is that their sole existence? Because I feel like Wrecker wouldn't care really too much about Omega, other than the fact that obviously she brought the stuffed teddy back to him. But So do you think it's going to be a big series about babysitting?
perhaps, but maybe also for Omega to grow up on her own. It also might end up with all the Bad Batch dying except Omega going off somewhere or something.
You think the whole Bad Batch is going to die?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that any plans what Disney has for Bad Batch right now, but
it's treason, then.
I don't want them to die.
No, I want him to survive. I want to see more Bad Batch. Honestly, I think that was this is treason, but that was kind of my least favorite part of season 7 was the Bad Batch stuff, because we'd spent so much time building up to these characters that we adored so much, and then it was like, oh, psych, check it out, here's a new squad that you should care about. It's like, well, why do I care about them? I want to hear about my guys.
Yeah, I kind of saw it as like, here's like the regular old Clone Wars feel again, just to get it started off, and then we'll get into the, deep stuff.
Right.
I mean, not with the Metal 4 either. But I like to see where Ahsoka. I mean, like the Metal 4 were a little awkward too, but at least you saw where Ahsoka was away from the Jedi Order. But then the last 4 is where he really got the movie portion.
Yeah, I get you, and I liked the animation. I thought the animation was actually friggin' beautiful for the new episodes. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit so you can see me. What did you think? Did you think they looked a little lighter than previous seasons?
Lighter? What do you mean by that?
There was a scandalous, crazy Twitter mob going nuts about the Bad Batch being too white in the episodes. Do you feel like they were shaded differently than the previous animators did, or maybe the same animators but just a different light scale?
I didn't really notice anything. I mean, the last episode they might have looked lighter because of the lighting on the planet, but like,
right.
I don't really think so. I didn't notice anything.
Right. I think that's how most of us feel, but it was a large point of contention for apparently a lot of Star Wars fans, which I was not aware of, but thanks for letting us know, guys. What are you most excited for moving forward? Obviously, Kenobi is going to be the big one. Do you have anything outside of Kenobi that you're most excited about?
I mean, Kenobi's number 1 right now.
Absolutely.
But yeah, definitely Book of Boba, Mando 3. I haven't heard anyone talk about the Lando series, or was that cut?
I don't know if it was cut, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I do like him as Lando, and I think he could do a lot. I think they mishandled him a little bit in Solo. I think they could have done some things to kind of flesh him out to be more like Billy D. But who knows? It could be fun,
Yeah.
So is that it? Is it Lando? Is that the one you're most excited for?
No, not the most excited. I just haven't heard anyone talk about it in a while.
Yeah.
Andor should be good. And Acolyte.
What do you think's going to happen in Acolyte? Because I think that's tying into the end of the High Republic, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Maybe. I don't know either. I just want to see some dark side stuff.
Yeah, and I think a lot of fans are clamoring to see some dark side stuff, because that's something that has not been explored enough. They've always kind of been the shadow. Well, I mean, fittingly, they've been the shadow in the background of the Star Wars universe forever. You know what I mean? And so to see that exposed in the inner workings, kind of like in the Darth Bane trilogy, where we get to see what's the name of the organization? I can't remember. The it's not the League of Shadows, that's Batman, but the Sith training in mass, where we get these armies that show up, like when Malgus hit the temple and the transport opens up and we get to see a bunch of Sith running out of the transport, stuff like that. I think that'd be cool to see. Do you think we're going to get that?
Yeah, I could see that. If it went to any Legends at all, that'd be cool.
Okay.
With that show.
Yeah.
Also, random topic, but I didn't know Sheev Palpatine was only like 60 years old during the prequels or something. I thought he was like this old mystical creature that was old, or that was like centuries old. But I guess not.
Well, I think the Sith spirit in him probably was. But no, he was a young man on Naboo when he found the dark side and murdered a bunch of people. So
as one does.
Oh, look who's that. This is my good old buddy Joe Staples in here. I feel like all the animated shows have tried to replicate the Clone Wars lighting and style, but just always miss the mark by a nudge. Joe, my God, it's good to hear from you, buddy. Do you want to pop on? If you want to hop on, you let me know. Team Enya, what's going on? Lando's probably a while away since Donald Glover is working on several projects. Yeah, so I thought kind of the same thing because I know Donnie's doing a bunch of different stuff, but we've also heard that Pedro Pascal is doing lead roles in a bunch of different stuff too. Obviously, it's easier because he's in a helmet, so you can have stunt doubles do stuff. But Andrew Peag in the chat, what's going on, brother? Old friend, my old friend. All right, next time, buddy. John, how you doing, man? I don't think I've seen you in here before. Glad to have you join, bud. Really stoked to see you. Where's Braden? Braden, go ahead and pop in for me. Kenobi is going to be sick. What's the one thing you want to see in Kenobi? If you had one wish, what do you want to see in Kenobi?
Okay, the one wish I have, or like more like, they're talking about the rematch between Obi-Wan and Vader.
They never said Vader.
Oh, right. True. But if it was a rematch between them, I'd hope it'd be like the show jumps 9 years into the future and it ends with them revamping the Death Star duel between Obi-Wan and Vader.
Like the Scene 38 reimagined that's floating around on YouTube? Okay. I was thinking, so a lot of people were freaking out when Kennedy said, hey, this is going to be the rematch of the century. And everybody lost their minds thinking it was going to be Vader because Hayden had been announced and they didn't announce Ray Park. But honestly, when I heard that, the first thing I thought was Kenobi Maul.
Oh,
it's the rematch of the century. He's in the desert. That's when he kills him. That was my immediate thought. Was it's got to be Kenobi Maul. And so I think that's what she meant, but she didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. So she said, it's the rematch of the century. And everybody's like, whoa, hold on. Because they hadn't announced Ray Park. But I think that's what that is.
Maybe. But I think, wasn't in the Rebels, wouldn't that be around like 5 years before New Hope? Not 10?
Is Kenobi supposed to be 10 after?
Yeah, Kenobi's like right in the dead middle, so 19 years is like 10.
Oh, okay. Oh, there he is. Hold on, let me bring this guy in.
Oh yeah, flashbacks definitely.
There he is, brother. How you doing, my guy?
The Darth Maul thing.
Yeah, yes.
I honestly didn't think of that. That's no. Hello, like.
Right.
I don't know.
The rematch of the century. That's what we should be talking about.
I don't even think Theory thought about it because I've been obviously watching all his stuff and I get a lot of my info from watching his videos and all this.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying like, no, if he rematches with Vader, it's got to be in a flashback. Which, by the way, if I got that, I would be ecstatic. I would be super happy.
It would be a little nice time if that happens to. Glimpse Grogu in there, since my theory is that Maul has him. That's what I think. That's what I honestly think.
Joe, you want to see the Tusken Raiders interact with Obi-Wan Kenobi, huh? I mean, it would make sense, I guess, because when he came out, he did the why can't I remember the name of it right now? The Krayt Dragon Scream. So in A New Hope, when he comes out and he does like, that's actually the Krayt Dragon Scream, and they stitched that into the Mando episode when the Krayt Dragon pops out. That's actually, you can hear Kenobi scream kind of stitched into that Krayt Dragon Scream, and that's why the Tusken Raiders ran off.
That whole episode was sweet.
That was dude. Talk about getting me into season 2 immediately. That was awesome. I was extremely excited when I saw Anakin's engine and Cobb Vanth was riding it, and then the when the longer this goes on, I'm like, man, that might have been a little too much.
I didn't even notice that at first. I rewatched, sometimes when I'm really bored, I rewatched that episode, but with Theory, because he had the watch parties, and he mentioned that was his engine.
Anakin's pod racing engine.
His pod racing engine, and I was like, no fucking way. There's absolutely no way. I couldn't believe. It didn't even cross my mind.
Seriously? Oh, dude! As soon as so the first thing I did was hear it, and then I saw that yellow nose cone sticking out with the heat flaps on the sides. I'm like, oh shit, there it is.
It's so sweet.
It
so just, it actually was Anakin's.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that was his engine from the pod racer. The part that's kind of hard for me to get my head around is the fact that needed a power coupling to run before. Otherwise, it would have just gone. But now you can just stick a seat on it and ride it. It was fan service, but it was nice. What I really like about the Mandalorian is kind of the smaller fan service motors. So like, is it R6's or is it R5? His motivator
R5,
blue in A New Hope. Yeah, R5 is motivator blue in A New Hope, and then in Mandalorian, you can see the little oil track from where his motivator blew on that one panel on him. That kind of shit.
I saw that one. I caught that one. That one was...
Yeah. Isn't he supposed to be like a Jedi or something? Because he knew R2 had to get the plans to Luke, so he purposely got his motivator.
There was.
Is there a theory about that?
There's a little theory.
Yeah, that's a theory about it.
Yeah.
You're going to hear like Darth R. Yeah. Didn't Ray Park post some sexual vid of his wife on Twitter? Woo. We could probably look at something else. Why New Hope? He's already has so much knowledge about the Raiders. I'd love to see an arc of him learning about the Raiders the hard way. I think that's probably something that's going to be touched on because that's a whole bunch of filler material that can really add to his story and his arc. He's already been through so much. Like, what else can you do with Obi-Wan? He lost Satine. He lost Anakin. The guy's he lost Qui-Gon. He's been through, he lost everybody. And now he's sitting in a desert by himself watching a kid grow up. That's powerful shit.
I got a question for you guys. What months do we think each of the shows are going to come out within the next couple years? Any ideas? Any ballpark guesstimations?
Book of Boba is coming out November or December?
December.
Okay.
Like, what do we think? Do we have an order for what shows we think are coming after each other? Because I think
it goes Boba, and then it goes Mando, and then I think it goes Andor, and then Acolyte. I forgot about the anime one.
Visions, that comes out.
Visions, that's way before. Yeah.
So here's what I think. I don't think they've started filming for Mando yet, right? So I think what they got going is Boba in December. I think Andor's coming out after that because it kind of looked like they were filming back in like December, right? With that investors meeting.
Yeah.
So like that's got to come out after that.
And Andor, I don't remember the name of his Diego Luna. Is that his name?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's Diego Luna. Yeah, he put out a tweet or something just like, "Hey, I'm so excited to be playing the role again." And there was kind of some cut footage of him back in his clothing. So
I think after Andor, I'm missing one. I don't think Mando will come out honestly till maybe late next year.
There were rumors it was delayed big time, and I think it was like a week and a half ago or something like that. Somebody said Mando season 3 canceled by Filoni, and I did a bunch of research, and I'm like, this looks like bullshit. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like bullshit.
They can't cancel it where it left off. It'd be silly.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's the one right now. That's their cash cow. If Disney wants to hold on to Star Wars, you got to hold on to Mando.
Yeah, right, for sure.
Yeah.
Like they
not to mention Grogu's selling merch.
Where was I? Oh yeah, the shows. Maybe Mando, maybe not. I think we could end up getting season 2 of Bad Batch. Maybe
have they confirmed they're doing multiple seasons of it?
No, they haven't. But my theory is most of these shows are to be kind of assumed to be multiple seasons because the Ahsoka series was the only one confirmed to be a limited series. Like when they had their like I would have thought.
T Money. I actually heard they're using some of the same set pieces from Book of Boba for Mando 3 and for Kenobi. I mean, if you're going to build on Tatooine, you might as well reuse the crap. Everything looks the same, right?
Right. Yeah, so the Ahsoka series is the only one that, I mean, like, because Theory was talking about how he thinks, Kenobi's going to be like this one season. I'm like, that's a waste.
I hope it's only one. I don't want them to stretch it. I want them to pack as much emotion as they can.
Well,
because you realize that how long those episodes are. It's an entire trilogy. It's a trilogy of movies about one character.
But
so I don't want to go
It's also a show though, because the way that they have it, that they're gonna have it set up, I feel like it won't be all packed in and awesome. I don't. It could just be me.
Nathan, you've been butting in way too much. I need you to tone it down and stop talking so much, okay?
Yeah, what do you think? I would like, because like Mando, I would like each show.
No, I said Nathan.
So what do you think Obi-Wan will be about?
That, and then do you want to see it extended into multiple seasons, or do you think just do this and then cut it, and that's basically the last time we see Obi-Wan Kenobi until Disney ultimately does the worst thing they can do and remake the original trilogy?
I mean, I hope it's one season but long episodes. I think that's the best way to go. And I mean, if they do a season 2, it wouldn't be like much longer after. It'd have to be like they'd be pushing it right up to A New Hope, which kind of seems unnecessary.
Yeah.
Some of it you have to leave to the imagination, right? I feel like in some ways, you can milk this cow for as much as you want, but if you start to fill in the gaps that people don't want filled in, you start to take away some of the magic of Star Wars.
I personally, I mean, I think each of these shows, I think their goal is to hit like 6 hours on each season.
Mm-hmm.
So if they do 6 episodes, they'll be about an hour long, which would be cool.
Hey, Braden, T-Money would like to hop in if you want to bring him in.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Nathan, how you feeling, buddy? You want to go study, or are you hanging out?
You're
more than welcome to stay.
I should probably head out.
As well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to, but school is stupid.
School's for fools.
I can bump out for a couple of these guys too.
Let's bring them in.
Aiden wants to join in.
Braden, hang out for a second. Will you get these guys squared away? Get them in there. I'm going to use a little boys' room, and I will return shortly. You got it, Braden. You're in control. Take the wheel, brother.
All right. So what I would like the best, honestly, is Mando, I think off the rip, I guess they wanted to see how successful it was, but I think they really planned for at least like 3 seasons. I think 3 seasons, it'd be kind of like a trilogy of seasons. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I think it'd be sweet to tell their story and to not kind of squish it all into 6 weeks. Like I want Kenobi for years, like 2 years, because it would be, show comes out and then next year and the next year. I think 3 seasons for all these shows, obviously minus Ahsoka, would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I obviously want to see more Kenobi. I mean, assuming that the show spans, if it just spans a few days, then yeah, they could definitely do multiple seasons. But I think they're trying to go for a little bit longer than that. So 1 season might cover it all, maybe. But yeah, there's got to be a delicate balance of that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Adding in a new guy, Aiden.
All right, well,
what's going on?
See you, Nathan.
See ya. Thanks for having me on again.
Hey, good to see you, man. I'm working on that video. I literally have automotive primer stuck to my fingers from fixing that up. It's still there.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, we'll get it done, man.
Yep. Oh, yeah, have a good night, guys.
All right, have a good one, man.
See ya.
Ciao. What happened to Aiden? Where'd Aiden go?
I don't know. He just disconnected. He still has the link, so.
Whoopsie. Yeah, you can reuse that link, man. It's not a one-time thing, so.
Yeah, I just sent T-Money it too. Think he's gonna hop in here.
Beautiful. Yeah, Aiden, you got nothing to be ashamed of, bro. I've been there. It gets better. Trust me.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, no doubt. And there he is, the man himself, T-Money. What's up, brother?
Boys?
What's up?
Not too much. Happy Mother's Day to any mothers watching.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's been tough for me, but I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
What
How you doing tonight?
I'm pretty good. A little bit tired. Had some trouble sleeping, but
Oof.
Anyways, I heard y'all talking about Kenobi.
Yeah, what's your input on all that? What are you thinking?
Yeah, that's definitely my most anticipated show, and highly excited to see both Ewan and Hayden come back.
It's sequel trilogy part 2. Prequel trilogy part 2.
It's the
for
sequel
all of us
to the
that were,
prequels.
Yeah, the sequel, yeah.
It's gonna be emotional just seeing them on screen, bro. It's gonna be like not just sad, but like I'll be so antsy and jumping up and down.
The memes floating around about saying like, you understand this might be the last time that we see Ewan as Obi-Wan Kenobi. It hurts.
I thought that 2005 would be the last time. So
yeah.
So I mean,
and like even if we have like Darth Vader in the suit, we could have James Earl Jones back doing the voice.
Yeah, because he's getting old, man. He's getting up there, and he's a tough son again.
But to end on a project like Kenobi,
and they brought in the guy who did. I'm trying to remember who it was. The guy that's doing the directing for Kenobi is supposed to be an absolute beast.
Oh, she worked on The Mandalorian.
Deborah Chow.
Yeah.
Is Deborah Chow doing?
Yeah, she's directing it.
Oh, okay. So then this must have been a visual creator or something like that. There was another guy that came in that's got a bunch of different. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay, let's bring it in. What's up, brother?
What's up?
How you doing?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, man. You're looking crispy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Happy Mother's Day.
I'm working on the format here. I'm not exactly what the best way to do all this is, but we're going to figure it out.
I like that.
Nope, that's just me.
Just focus on X-Wing. We're in the background.
Let's do that. There we go.
We'll just talk behind you.
Yeah.
we'll just be a voice in the background.
I want to thank all you guys just for showing up and talking Star Wars with me, by the way. This is awesome. This is like the only thing I wanted for the X-Wing community was for people to come in and just freaking talk. Because I know like you can't get on Theory Stream. It's not a thing. Yeah. So just to be able to come in and talk with you guys and be pumped on Star Wars, like I'm in it.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, bro. Thanks for letting us in.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
So, Aiden, what are you thinking about Kenobi? What do you want? What's your one big thing you want?
I really want to see an Anakin and Obi-Wan rematch rather than Vader and Kenobi. And I would like to see Anakin win.
Okay.
I think they could have something where
like,
maybe Obi-Wan has
vision?
A lot of trauma from the duel.
So you want to change canon?
It's treason, then.
I can't help myself.
I would say he has like nightmares about actually what if he lost the duel?
Yeah.
And you would see one of those nightmares play out.
Or if he actually killed him, maybe? I
think Force Vision should play a really big role in Kenobi moving forward.
Facts.
Dude, if we get a Clone Wars flashback and they're all geared up.
Yeah.
There's been rumors that's what's going to happen.
Oh, man, I just can't not smile. thinking about
Panda,
that.
what's going on, man? It's so good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. I really appreciate it. Charlie, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
What's up, Charlie?
What's up, Charlie?
Man, we got some legends in the chat tonight. Wow. X-Wing community's got some supporters, man. I really appreciate it.
Yep.
You guys all went and bought your X-Wing shirts, right?
Well,
Sorry, excuse me. I'm filling my spotchka.
No worries.
So, moving off of Kenobi, because I feel like we're kind of all on the same page when it comes to Kenobi. We all want to see, basically the extension of Episode 3, I think, is basically what we're all hoping for. We want more emotion from Kenobi. We want emotion from Vader, which is something that we've never really gotten. We've gotten it in EU stuff, and we got it in Vader Immortal and stuff like that, but never on screen.
On screen, yeah.
And I want to see it on screen, especially if they could. This is just like a wish list thing. If they could do the broken mask with a little bit of Hayden in it, with the yellow eyes, just give it to me.
And
I want that.
Cool if we could see how Vader built his castle.
That would be huge. That would be really cool. Yeah, I'm putting $5 on that one.
Yeah, that was in the comics, but it'd be awesome to see that like actually.
That was right after. Actually, well, we don't really know.
Ooh,
I guess
Grip the Sith. That's a good one. What do you think about seeing Rosario Dawson as an Ahsoka flashback?
That'd be awesome.
Yes,
and the thing is that both Hayden and Rosario apparently went to like film class together, so they got some history.
Really?
I saw a picture of Hayden and Rosario like hugging or something.
Yeah, they were also in a movie together, but they didn't really share any scenes. But
how about this one, guys? Who do you think we're gonna get for Thrawn?
I think it's probably gonna be the
voice actor.
Yeah,
I'd be cool with that. If they can bring him up, his voice is iconic. I mean, that'll just hit us all.
Yeah,
in the face.
For me, it's tough. The first time I heard about Thrawn was when I did the Timothy Zahn books. I did the Thrawn trilogy, and I had the voice narrator. I don't remember. Was it Mark Rogers, maybe? I think it was Mark Rogers. And that guy had just the deepest, most subtle voice as Thrawn, and everything was calculated. And when I heard it, I was like, yep, that's him. That's always going to be him. And then when I watched Rebels, it kind of turned me off. But I got used to it, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Lars
Mickelson. Yeah, he's brothers with the guy who played Galen Erso.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's cool.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen was Galen Erso.
Yeah. I know I got that art piece where it's Benedict Cumberbatch's Thrawn, but I already know he's gone out and said that he doesn't want to do it. So
he's like,
that was a funny interview.
I don't want to be blue.
Yeah, literally.
I literally have no interest in doing that.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's going to be the next Mike Zero headline. X-Wing cast as.
There you go.
I could be up for it. So Joe really wants to see Pierce Brosnan cast as Thrawn. I remember what he looked like when GoldenEye came out. I don't even think I know what he looks like these days.
You know what I would really like to see for Thrawn? And I know it might be a bit of a stretch, but I think Christian Bale could play a good Thrawn.
He could, man.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think he has the chin for it. He's got a real pointy chin. I always kind of think about Thrawn with like kind of a little more square chin. It comes to a point, but squarey. I don't know.
His cheeks are kind of there.
They could probably, makeup is magic in Hollywood, you know?
Yeah.
He did love to like transform himself for his roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see Dallas? What was that, Dallas? Oh, that was Matthew McConaughey. Everybody in the chat, Matthew McConaughey for Thrawn. Come on, throw one up.
I'm down with that.
The rebels are here. Hey.
I got a question. Where do you think we're going in the Ahsoka show? Like, where is it right after that time jump in Rebels? Like, I want to see
from the beginning of the Ahsoka show. I think the way they start out the Ahsoka show with a big old bang is her fighting Vader, and then Ezra ripping her into the world between worlds.
Seeing that in live action.
For the beginning, that would be like, I'm hooked, I'm in, I'm done. Just take my money, let's do it.
We need a lot more exposition.
Yo, that's kind of genius. They could kind of like tell us where we are, like as soon as she goes back to where she came from after the whole place
Yeah, and then you can back explain for other people what exactly is going on.
And then by the end of that premiere episode, they show her in Mando. Maybe they do like a tiny time jump, and then the next episode we really get into it.
Yeah, like the end. So are you saying like the end of the Ahsoka season would be her on the planet meeting Mando?
At the end of the first episode, I would think, because I wouldn't want them to spend the whole season leading up to what we've already. Mando. Yeah, I mean, unless maybe, but
she's on the hunt for Thrawn, and I think that would be a really good way to do that. So like she
Ezra hasn't at that point, right?
Well, when she gets yeeted into the world between worlds, right? She just meets up with Ezra, and then it's like, there's a lot that happens. There's a lot that happens in between there. But I feel like they could figure something out for that. I don't feel like they have to redo the entirety of Rebels for him to like yeet off into hyperspace.
Well, she goes back to her original time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know. Like I could definitely like see a time jump, and then like we get post Mando sort of thing.
Right.
I definitely I assume that most of the show will take place after Mando. Like I think that's where they're going with that.
I think they've already said how the Ahsoka series and the Rangers of the High Republic are gonna
Rangers of the New Republic. Republic.
I totally just thought of it. Yeah, they're not gonna spend the whole season leading up to Mando, because the whole season I think is the only season. I think it's the limited series. I think it might have 12, 16 episodes tops.
Yeah, hopefully more episodes, just because this is the only one.
Just because this is it.
Charlie, I appreciate you, brother. Hey, if you want to hop on any one of these times, please let me know. We would love to have you in here, man. Big time. Big time.
Charlie the G.
Yeah.
Is it?
Clearly. Awesome, dude.
What was I saying? Lost my train of thought.
You mentioned the New Republic.
Rangers? I was
Rangers
saying,
of the New Republic.
Yeah, I was saying how Rangers and Ahsoka and Mando are all gonna. I think they said it's gonna tie into an event. So I think like we might get like a movie or.
That's what they. I think they're really they're kind of trying to do the Marvel Universe thing without saying we're doing the Marvel thing.
And Boba and the book.
Boba,
too, right? So
because
it's gonna be like 4 that converge.
Yeah. Boba was announced after that investors call, but
how do you guys feel about Gina getting booted?
I don't know.
Aiden, go ahead and light it up first. Let's get this conversation going.
I don't know. I mean, there's probably a lot more behind the scenes that we don't know. Yeah, I don't think it was completely fair. It's tricky. It's studios. I don't have that much to say about it.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah. Silence is violence, bro. I'm just kidding. Raiden, what do you think, bud?
Same boat. That was a good way to put it. It's kind of hard to argue about anything when you don't know everything
what really happened.
But from what I know so far, I disagree with the overall decision. I think there's a lot of shitty people that still work for Lucasfilm. Don't get anything like that. She was fired without really being fired, like in a, in like a legit way. It was kind of crappy.
Right. So do you believe, well, here, let me grab T-Money. T-Money, what do you think, bud?
Very similar to the rest of you. I'm not, I'll be honest, Cara Dune wasn't like my favorite character, so I didn't take it like as much
huge
as,
blow.
as much like Boba Fett is seriously like one of my favorite characters. So like when I saw him like come back into Mando season 2, I was like all up for it. And then once he gets his own series, I'm like, yeah. But if like Tem got like booted out, then I'd be like, are you serious? No. My dreams would be crushed.
Yeah, but you can't get rid of Tamara Morrison. I don't care what he says. You can't get rid of Tamara Morrison. He's literally the entire army.
Literally
for the whole thing.
And have you seen like the behind the scenes where he's like in a cowboy hat and he's playing like a guitar?
On the set of the Mandalorian.
Yeah. It's so cool.
That was awesome. Yes. But, no, I love Tamara Morrison. The whole Gina thing, it kind of pissed me off more. It wasn't so much about her really getting let go, because the way I understand it and what I've done for my research was that she was actually she was done and her contract didn't get extended. I don't know if I believe that, because I've heard so much about how they had already written her character into different aspects of Rangers of the New Republic and stuff like that. Right. Yeah. So I'm wondering if that's like a Band-Aid that Disney and Lucasfilm put out to say like, we didn't fire her, we just didn't extend her contract.
Darth Wevin was just asking about who if they'll recast her because it was like her show, the Rangers show. Right. I saw reports about Harrison Dula taking over.
I've heard Harrison Dula. Yeah, I've heard.
I would like to see Iden.
Iden Versio?
Yeah, I could see that.
That could be interesting. Cool. Yeah, that's the nice thing about what they're doing with video games now, is that we can have Cal Kestis and it doesn't look any different than Cal Kestis. We can have Iden Versio and it doesn't look any different than
should have been doing this the whole time. They should be creating characters around their voice actors if there's any chance that they'll act.
So let me ask you this then. Where would Iden Versio fit into the timeline for Mando? So she was a part of Operation Cinder. How many years after the turn did she go to the
Wasn't Rebellion? It right after the Battle of Endor?
It was right. So it was like 5 ABY. It was like she turned.
She turned like midway between the Battle of Endor and the Battle of Jakku, because like the campaign ends at the Battle of Jakku.
Was the Battle of Jakku 7 maybe?
It was 1 year after.
It was just 5.
Battle of Endor.
It was literally like the end of it. So
Aiden's gonna get the facts on this. We got to make sure we know when Jakku was, because she fought for the rebellion during the Battle of Jakku.
It was 5 ABY. It was right after
5 ABY.
5 ABY. Okay.
When I first really got into Star Wars, I studied the timeline because that was the hardest thing to know everything and what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
So I really
the thing is it's funny because you can love different parts of the trilogy and know exactly what the time is, and then when you compare it against another portion of the canon, you're like, and you're adding and subtracting, making sure everything lines up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing with the Vader's Palace thing. If we see that. I was going to say that they couldn't really do that because in the comics, I think it was the comic book series that was supposed to take place right after Revenge of the Sith,
right?
Where he made that.
Yeah.
But I guess they didn't really specify how much time was passing between each of the issues. So
Master Kenobi.
It could totally work 10 years after.
Yeah, true. They didn't specify a time like. They only did that like for the first couple issues, and then after that,
and then after he got his saber all built up, it's kind of
I feel like there's a lot of good stuff there that can be used, but you have to use it sparingly if you're creating that content. You can't just exploit the crap out of it and be like, oh well, the OG fans are going to come back if we make 16 shows about the time in between Jedi, and it's just you got to be careful.
Yeah. I definitely want to see Momin pop in and the whole sequence with that palace. That sequence where he went into that other dimension or whatever. He left his body.
And he literally slaughtered all the Jedi.
Anything like that would be.
Does anybody want to see a Darth Bane movie?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. It would kill for a Darth Bane movie, dude.
So maybe
a Darth Revan movie.
Maybe they'll
have the holocron of Revan in the Bane series or movie. Yeah.
I think I've heard rumors, right, about Revan being mentioned at least in the Acolyte or something.
I think he was brought into canon with the Rise of Skywalker, actually.
Yeah.
They were by the statues.
Well, there's that rumor that the KOTOR remake. So they.
Oh yeah, they can make stuff canon just by remaking.
Yeah. Facts. The thing with KOTOR is that like you kind of create your own choices in that, but they would have to like kind of specify like, the light side's the canon one or the dark side is the canon one. Specify that stuff, but like still allow the game to
I mean, we don't know what lightsaber color Cal Kestis has, or
Yeah.
I mean, are we assuming, is he gonna have a dual bladed one, or is he just gonna be rocking a regular?
If he ever even shows up in Disney movies, we don't know. I don't imagine that they wouldn't do it, but
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I could.
I could see like more Cal coming after the sequel of Fallen Order, because right now like it's like, is he living or does he
I think you're probably right. They should probably expand on his character
in the video games
and then pop in.
I
agree.
We need more Cal. We need to know more about him.
Dude,
because we've gotten so much pick your own journey kind of with him. I mean, it was obviously a slated path that he was going to go on, but they left it so open that I think a lot of fans are like, this is our next Jedi that we're creating stuff in our mind about what this guy's going to do. And if they define it in a show, it's like, I thought he was going to do something else. You know what I mean? But I would still be super happy to see an opening and it's Cal Kestis meditating on Bogano. I'd be like, yes, let's go.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
They got so much shit that they can do. So much. It's
sort of, yeah. But I mean, that was his master's lightsaber, right?
Yeah.
Jaro DePaul.
Yeah, DePaul's lightsaber got greased, but he does eventually put it back together.
Yeah.
Right. So, do we think he will have a dual bladed? Like, is that his thing?
I kind of hope he's a dual wielder. Honestly, there's something about Jedi that dual wield is just like sexy.
Dual wield or dual blade?
No, dual
I like how
wield.
you can take it apart and put it back together.
Yeah. And I hope in the next game they don't just give you a move where you split your lightsabers apart. They kind of take a page from some of the older games where you can be dual wield, dual blade, single blade, and
I definitely felt like they're saving that for the sequel.
Yeah,
kind of like what they did for Force Unleashed.
I never saw him as the Joker. I actually only knew him as the guy that was banging the other guy in the convenience stores. And
Shameless?
Yes. Yeah. That's the only way I knew him. And when I saw him pop up, I'm like, oh, damn it.
Gotham is actually really good. That's a really good show.
I've heard it is, yeah. I would have never picked him for Joker, but apparently he's done well.
I watched the first few episodes a long time ago and remember thinking it was pretty sweet, but like, I think my parents were watching it or something, so I wasn't. They kept going, and then I missed episodes, and I just didn't get back to it.
That actually
it looked pretty. I mean, dark stuff is sweet. I mean, like Gotham. Like I think personally, DC needs to do what Marvel's doing, but like just dark, like to put their own twist into it. The Joker and stuff. That was sick. It was so dark. It was so for me personally.
So did you hear Dave Filoni talking about Star Wars when he said he was upset that the older fans want darker stuff? And he said it's not for you. Did you see that?
I mean, like, it's just...
I don't know why, though.
Why not there's a place for
darker stuff, but also keep some of the lighthearted content as well?
Yeah.
Right.
There is a place. Like, if the Acolyte goes dark... Which it should. If it doesn't,
it's a show about
we have a problem.
I don't understand how you could make an A+ show about the Sith without it being dark. You can't make a show about the Sith without it being dark.
It will not exist. It will not exist. If that
show exists to be dark, they're evil.
They need to, like Darth Vader in the comics, and they just do like what he did to Afra or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he's just this dark dude, but in the movies, I get you don't want to show everything too dark, but a movie about the Sith, it's got to be.
Yeah, I don't know though. I mean, did you see the end of Rogue One?
Oh yeah, no. I was about to mention. I was about to mention that.
Yeah, the guy greased a bunch of people, and that's been regaled as the best Darth Vader scene in the world.
Oh, for sure.
And then we saw Luke absolutely killing. I mean, just smashing at the end of Mando season 2, and everybody blew it up, and it made him money. And it's like I don't understand why they don't get that. A lot of the fans that are watching this stuff are the older fans now, and so we have to have our stuff that's older.
And people like kids, like I wasn't.
Get out of here! I ain't even trying to hear that on here. Get out of here! I like you, Kenobi, but come on, bro.
I wasn't a little kid very long ago, and I'll be honest, the Batman movies were sick, and that had darkness to it. It had a little touch of.
Are you talking about the Nolan films?
Yes.
Yeah. Just rewatch those.
I mean, like, they are some of the best. It might be like my top 2 favorite like superhero movie of all time.
I'm a huge fan of the Nolan series.
These are the best movies of all time.
Yeah. I mean, it had like a 9 on the IMDb. I mean, that's killer. That is some killer stuff.
And for younger kids too, like they still enjoy it, but they're not like getting every detail because obviously their mind's not working.
Younger
like
that.
Kids,
it's Batman.
Younger kids strive to be like adults. So anything that they can somewhat understand and like we think is cool, they're gonna be like, this is pretty cool. Yeah, like, I think people like adults as you get older, you kind of forget, but like younger kids want to be adults.
Don't ever forget that, and that leads into a very interesting segue because now we're on freaking DC. Let's get back to Star Wars. I think that's very important when it comes to the sequel trilogy and how we talk to the younger generation about how they feel about the Star Wars community as a whole. I feel like a lot of them feel rejected by the older fans because we're like, F the sequels, F this. Like, I don't care if you liked it. And I mean, do I feel that way? Kind of. Yeah, absolutely. But I would much rather get them excited about the sequel trilogy and then show them everything else that's in this universe and get them to love Star Wars the way that we love Star Wars. And then they'll be like, F the sequels.
Star Wars can be for everyone. It's just that I don't think Disney understands that.
Right. Yeah. There's so many things that they can do. Like the Acolyte, if it goes dark and there's people there that will love that. You don't have to make Star Wars all about that. You have everything else. It
shouldn't be everyone, like everybody can love this one show. It should be Star Wars is for everybody and we make different things for different people.
You will not please everybody.
I think that's how you're successful as the company.
If you try to, you'll please nobody.
Right.
Yeah, facts,
that's how that goes.
Legit though, if Kathleen was gone today, would you guys be upset or happy?
If John Favreau was
running Dave Filoni in charge.
I was gonna say depends on the replacement.
I mean,
in charge of the story group or in charge of Lucasfilm?
Well, I think Favreau would be great at just taking Kathleen's spot and giving Filoni. Obviously, if he really wanted to, Dave Filoni, like Kathleen Kennedy, has a bunch of input on certain things, and I think he could put Filoni in charge of his own little section of the universe, kind of how the High Republic has its own creators going on. Like it's basically like totally different Star Wars way down over there. They put Filoni in charge of this section of the universe and kind of run it from there.
I can't disagree there. Honestly, I think you get tired at a point where you give somebody chances and you're like, you know what, they're really I think they're trying to do the right thing. And you get to a point where they've tried to do the right things so many times, but they're doing it in a way that it's alienating enough of the fan base that it's like, okay, I'm sorry, it's time for you to leave. You know what I mean?
I also think you gotta like kind of take your time and put the quality into it, because I feel like the sequels are just basically like rushed out to make as much money as possible because well, it's Star Wars, we can make billions of
They're
dollars,
like, let's
which they did.
Get a director. Right. That's what they when they hired Rian Johnson, right? They were just like, oh yeah, you're in now. He just kind of he came in to give some input on the story, and like right away was like, you want to be the director of episode 8?
Right? And episode 9, I think, had it the worst because they fired the director, and then they just got J.J. Abrams back, and then they still had the same 2019 release. It's like, yeah, they just rushed it.
I've always been under the impression that studio interference with a film is already going to completely just down the quality of the film.
Well, we already knew that was a thing, because the biggest thing that Lucas said when he said, I want to make my films, is that I don't want studio interference. I want this to be done. I want to do this myself. And look at the movies that came out of that.
I sadly think that's why they're moving
it's been
into the shows.
40 years, and we're still talking about it.
I think with the shows, they kind of don't really, when Mando season 1 came out, they're like, whatever, we don't really, that's off to the side right now. And that's why it was some of the coolest Star Wars. We had our creatives in control, because that wasn't in the front of their mind at the time when Mando came out.
I think when I heard that they really didn't have a cohesive plan for how the sequel trilogy was going to show up on screen, I think that's when I kind of lost a lot of respect for it.
Yeah, because at least with even the prequels,
we'll see animated.
If you don't like the prequels, at least you can respect the fact that those are George Lucas movies. He made those with all of his passion and his ideas and his vision for it.
Right. Yeah, they may not be perfect movies, but he was all in.
Those are his movies. Yeah, and that's what I respect so much about the prequels. That's why they're my favorite Star Wars films.
That's almost the most George that we have.
Yeah.
And I love it for that.
The other thing, too, is that those movies, just grew the universe so much, and I feel like the sequels is it didn't really grow the universe that much at all.
It was within 1
Star Wars movie.
Yeah, it was within 1 year, right?
Yeah,
the whole trilogy.
Which I think is a dumb idea. It's.
I mean,
all you have to do to know if a movie was successful is to look at the memeing. It was either amazing or it was terrible. And the prequels have some of the best memes in the world.
For sure.
I mean, what movie gets quoted more than Revenge of the Sith?
It's a good question.
Casablanca, maybe. Here's looking at you, kid. But I mean, that's pretty much it.
Maybe The Dark Knight?
Maybe The Dark Knight. Yeah, I think more than that gets the college humor. Batman's thinking about sex. Have you guys seen that one? That one gets quoted more than The Dark Knight.
I think the thing about The Dark Knight is that people just try to do the Batman voice.
Yeah.
Right.
Or Heath Ledger. And that's where everything comes from.
Yeah.
Rest in peace on Heath Ledger on that one. Talk about a performance. But, oh my God, man. Talk about Joaquin Phoenix and the new Joker.
I loved it.
That guy blew my mind.
He was great.
Yeah.
That style of movie has got to be one of my favorite. I didn't know it was until I saw that movie.
So that's the question, right? What is that style of movie? So Christopher Nolan did it with The Dark Knight. I don't remember who directed the Joker.
Todd Phillips.
He did it with the Joker. If we could have one of those in a Star Wars movie, would you want it?
I've always wanted to see a Christopher Nolan.
If it was like The Acolyte and The Acolyte, yeah. Just
something he can do off, not pertaining to the Skywalker timeline, but something else.
Yeah, because the way that Joker ran was when someone died, you felt it, as if you just saw a real murder on camera. It felt real. That train scene, I was like, whoa, we weren't numbed to people just dying everywhere. We saw those people die and we were like, that yikes. Yikes.
Have you guys read the Darth Bane trilogy?
I have not, but I had a friend who listened to the audiobook and
I will this summer. I'll tell you that.
It is the Darth Bane trilogy. I would recommend to anybody who's a Star Wars fan, read the Darth Bane trilogy.
Yeah,
honestly, it is absolutely beautiful. And if they made that book trilogy into a movie, and it's tough because you think about like The Hobbit and how they made 4 movies out of The Hobbit. I kind of don't want them to do that. I think they should just do an introductory movie with Darth Bane and show how he becomes what he is, and then expand off of that, because he's a very really brutal Sith Lord, and he killed all the other Sith in the galaxy with his, he's the Thanos. He's the Thanos. Yeah. He's the Thanos of the Sith, basically.
I would say if you're going to do a movie like that, act as if that's the only movie you're going to make of Darth Bane, and then if it does well, maybe do more, see where it goes.
Yeah, give it a test run, because it would do well. IC, how you doing? Good to see you.
I was going to ask, would you rather have it be a movie or a series?
I think I would probably rather have a movie.
I'll take anything.
I think I would rather have a movie, because I think some of the stuff that we're seeing right now with Star Wars and Disney with their TV shows is we're seeing some growing pains. Yeah. So they don't really know what to do with 2, 3, 4, but they got a really good plan for 5, 6, 7, and 8 for the end of the season. You know what I mean? And so they're kind of filling in 2, 3, 4, 5. But in a movie, I mean, you have your 3 sections. You've got the beginning, the rise, and then the end. And they can really capitalize on that. That would be awesome for Bane, because he is punchy.
The second question, who would you want to be casted for Bane?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy?
Just keep making him Bane. Just make him all the Banes. Give him every Bane.
Exactly.
But he would do, honestly, I think he would do really well as a Bane, because he's got that kind of... Have you seen the movie where he plays the 2 twin brothers in London as the crime drug lords? If he just twisted that...
movie where a guy played 2 twin brothers, but it was not Tom Hardy.
Okay, yeah. If you just made that character into Bane with a lightsaber, it would have been absolutely perfect. Perfect.
Aeromal's got a couple things here that he said. First of all, Omega is a shapeshifted Jar Jar. He's telling us.
Aeromal, how did I know you were going to come in here just throwing some crazy crap around?
He also asked if we think the prequels will be regarded as great movies by future critics.
So I misread that in the last live stream that we had. I think he sent that, and I was like, well, I think they already are regarded by blah, blah, blah. But I thought he said sequels, not prequels. I don't think the prequels are going to be regarded by critics ever again. It's so far in the past. They're done with it. And I don't care. I don't care what critics think. So we as a fandom, for me, it's amazing to see the community come kind of full circle and come back around and start loving the prequels again, because I never didn't love them. Yeah, that's what I grew up on.
Yep, so, same here.
Yeah, there you go. The Cray brothers. That's what it was.
So with the Acolyte, do we think we'll get like a Tenebris, like as maybe an apprentice, or any sort of connection there with Plagueis and Sidious?
I really want to see the homie Plagueis.
Any connection to those characters for me. Like, I think it'd be cool to see Tenebris just knowing what he's going to do.
I just want to see the Sith Wars in live action. I want to see the Army of Light and the Army of Darkness just at it in full-blown medieval warfare, trying to kill each other.
The Mandalorian Wars as well.
The Mandalorian Wars would be amazing. Yeah, if we could get some flashbacks, I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, and definitely like if they have like Sith holograms and stuff, you could definitely show Revan, show Bane, show all these other ancient Sith.
Wrong time period, Aramal.
Which one? Oh,
Aramal said, I hope the Acolyte's about Darth Bane. We maybe we see him in a holocron. Get him in a holocron.
They'll talk about him for sure. I mean, if it's.
But it's what sucks for me is like I knew Darth Bane as somebody in my head. This is the problem when you actually read books. I thought of him as a certain person, and then somebody put out some fan art, and then he wound up in, it was Clone Wars, right? When he comes out as like the giant demon dragon thing.
Did the book have
like voiced him in the Clone Wars?
Did the book what?
Didn't the book have any? Did it have any art on the front cover of what he looked like?
Yeah, it did, but it didn't look like a lot of the art that I see when you go on Google. There were these critters that climbed all over him and made this. They were like, do you remember the movie Mummy, where the scarabs crawl inside of him and start eating him? Imagine like 10 million of those, but they latch onto your body and they create a lightsaber-proof armor.
Yeah.
Like coating on your body, but they're sucking the life force out of you at the same time. That's what those did. And when I saw the picture of it, they were all like multicolored and he looked like a cobblestone street. And I'm like, that's not how I pictured that. I was kind of thinking of him more like a hulking, like big black blob, like a shiny metal armor suit of like black scarabs. That's kind of what I thought.
Like Savage Press, kind of. Like what
kind of, like an oppressed kind of deal, except like a little more bulbous, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of a difficult thing, like taking like novels or other material or even like video games, like I said, with KOTOR, you can choose your own path, and it's like, okay, because this is canon, if you were to put this into a series or something, you'd have to like define it. And it's not going to please everyone, but
yeah, and then you're taking somebody's joy out of it no matter what, because that's not how I played it.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you just take the cutscenes and make a movie out of the cutscenes, basically.
Yeah.
You have to remove the main character from that at that point.
Yeah.
All right, we're at 111. I think we are gonna close.
All right, yeah.
This bitch down. We're at 111. I was supposed to only run for an hour tonight. I think we can take it into 1 hour and 15 minutes. If there's anybody in the chat that wants to say anything, if there's anything else that needs to be addressed before we close down the Hangar Bay, let me know now. Aiden, you got any closing statements?
Thanks so much for having me on, man. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
This has been fun. Thank you.
Yeah. It's a chill Sunday.
Indeed.
We're going to be doing it moving forward. T-Money?
Yeah, and thanks again for having me on again. It's a pleasure, and it's fun to just chat Star Wars with people.
Exactly.
Time flies, man.
It's beyond fun because all this stuff we went into.
Yeah.
Who else do I go into that stuff with? You know, like I kind of try to talk sometimes on Twitter or something.
Twitter
give my theories. It's not the place to do it.
Yeah, no.
But I had nowhere else to chat with people about all this stuff.
Yeah, this is what we're here for, man. This is the whole reason I created the X-Wing channel, is because I wanted to do stuff like this. I just want to talk to you guys. So I'm gonna excuse my rudeness. I'm gonna take you over. Oh wait, no, too much. There we go. That's the wider side of it. I hope you guys come back. Braden, obviously, you'll be around. T-Money, I hope we see you again. Aiden, I appreciate you dropping in, man. It's killer. I don't even know you yet, but I hope to get to know you more. Thanks for dropping into the Hangar Bay.
One of these days.
Yeah, man. Come back. This is the Hangar Bay community. We're excited that you're all here. So I appreciate it. Everybody, may the Force be with you. Never stop loving Star Wars. Be kind to each other. Have a good Monday.
You too.
All right, guys.
See ya.
See ya.